don't have Josie here just because she's gorgeous and she makes beautiful blankets. She was also our first basket at your door receiver. So congratulations, Josie. She's been absolutely fun to have some chit chat with this week about the basket. For those of you who may not know about the basket, there is some information on our social media and also on our website. If you go to Basket at Your Door, you'll be able to hear all about this project that we have got going on at the moment. Basket at Your Door came about, had a bit of a brainwave of a way to sort of connect people through this difficult time. We had lots of our customers knocking on our door, picking up parcels, but we could just tell how much they're missing their interaction with their creative community and just with people in general. And the Basket at Your Door is designed to give people some little bit of fun interaction in a time where we have not much else to focus on. So, so Josie applied. First of all, you had to be 5 kilometres from Unwind Craft Cafe. And we had, I think, about 16 emails for our first receiver, which was really lovely. And I wish I could have sent a basket to every single one of those 16 people. They were all just beautiful, beautiful messages, some really heartfelt things that made me sort of have a little moment. And some just leaving their address. At first, when we asked for addresses, we asked for just the street number. We were always really concerned about privacy and stuff like that. But we've come to realise that we do actually need the street number to figure out, one, to be able to drop the basket off without that person knowing that they're going to get it, because we don't want to have to go, hey, what's your number? Because they're straight away going to know me. And we want it to be a surprise, but also it's very useful in figuring out the 5 kilometre rule. Some streets are really long and you might think you're not able to receive it, but if you're in, say, 5, 6, even up to 7 kilometres, still apply for that next drop, because as I said, some streets are long, and if the numbers work out, you still might be in the range. So we do need the street name and number when people want to apply. But basically, we've invited Josie on here today to find out all about the basket and how she so first of all, Josie, I just wanted to ask, were you surprised about the basket at your door?
Absolutely. I was so excited when I saw it, because my husband went out to get some lattes and I heard him get into the car, and then I heard him beep the horn. And I thought, oh, he's probably forgotten his mask or something. So I went to the front window and I pulled back the curtain and I saw it there, and I thought, and I just squealed. I said, oh, the pink basket. You know, I couldn't believe I was the first one. And I was just so excited, like a little kid. It was just so exciting. It was so cool. And I just ran out and got it. So it was just really, really fun.
Oh, super cool. And
I had so much fun running that up to your door, Josie.
Oh, when I saw the video, Kate, I just laughed and laughed. I thought, oh my goodness, it was so cool.
So fun. I felt like a secret agent or something.
It's like you feel naughty, because I felt like that when I dropped the other one, well, when I dropped the basket off yesterday, I felt really naughty, you know, like I was just sneaking up to the door and just dropping it there. Yeah, so
yeah,
really fun.
Super cute. It adds to all the fun. I love that. When Kate showed me the video, I was like, oh wow, she's so like, oh my god. So how did you find out about the basket? We know you're an Unwind, you're one of our Unwind fans.
It was on the live on a Thursday morning when you were speaking about it and how you had the dream about it and everything. So, yeah, I just thought, I want to get in on that, definitely. Yeah, so.
Oh,
so cool.
Perfect.
Inspiring.
And did the basket bring you some joy this week?
It absolutely did. You know, it's really funny. Every time it was sitting on my craft room table, and every time I'd walk past, I'd smile. It was really funny, because I'm thinking of the journey ahead. I'm thinking of all the crafters it's going to go to, all the squares that are going to be made. And then we've got something to look forward to at the end, you know, when all the squares get put together and we see it all. And it's just something to look forward to, and it's just so special. And it's real funny. And it did always just make me smile when I saw the basket. So
that's making me feel real happy. It's
Definitely.
exactly what I hoped it would do. It's
Definitely.
a beautiful pink basket, and whenever I would look at it, it always made me smile too. And it's funny, when I bought it, I was saying to Kate, when I bought that, it was quite a long time ago, and I didn't really have a need for a pink basket. I just went, oh, it's just so happy, I can't leave it behind, and it's found its perfect role. So maybe
I didn't want to give it up.
Sorry,
I didn't want to give it up. I wanted to keep it in my room.
When I saw it in your craft room, I thought, oh God, I don't have this basket back.
Josie, if I was you, I would have done it in a Coles shopping bag at that house, and then taken a photo and gone,
I know,
it is being kidnapped, and if you pay the ransom, you'll get it. Seriously. Come on.
I know, I should have, Angie. I should have done that.
As even guess it's not coming near me, because I'd do that.
People know never to let it go to Angie's house.
If anyone wants to see the pink basket in Josie's craft room, I think I've saved it in our Instagram. One of our highlights is the basket, and I'm hoping to pop all the little photos in there. So if anyone wants to see why Josie wants to keep that basket, it matches her craft room like 100%. Those photos are there if you click back on. And it also went on our email. So if you're on our email, you would have received that as well. How did you learn to knit or crochet?
It was Mum and also an older cousin of Mum's. We used to always get together, us cousins, during school holidays. And one of the older cousins of my mum's, she was amazing. She would just crochet and knit, and no patterns or anything. She'd make shawls and bedspreads and just everything, clothes, everything. She was just amazing. And I just remember, I would have probably been about 10, sort of primary school age, and then, just learnt from that, and we'd all get together, us young cousins, and she'd teach us, and I just sort of remember little bits and pieces like that. Yeah. So, but never a pattern or anything, just to knit and purl and how to crochet. And, so it was just really special thinking back now. She passed away a very long time ago, and so did Mum. But it's just a lovely memory.
Oh, that's lovely. Sorry, I did jump ahead accidentally. When did you learn? So you said you were about 10, and do you remember your first make?
I don't actually, no. It probably would have been
years ago. And most of us turf our first make, but I think we should keep it, because I reckon everyone should keep that. I try to advise people. I know that looks really terrible, but don't worry, you're going to look at one day.
Right. It would be lovely to have it. Yeah.
You all start somewhere. That's right. And tell us about your square that you made.
Yeah. And, it's actually in the basket, in the next basket.
Not anymore because it's in the basket, but it is, that's...
I actually did make 2 others, but different ones, sort of similar. I'll just show you this one. It's roughly the same, but I don't know if you can see.
Oh, yes, yep.
It's just a little bit different
colours.
But I actually just used my bright speckled 8-ply yarn.
Gorgeous.
And I went on YouTube, and I found the pattern on Winding Road Crochet. And I just looked through. When I saw that one, I just fell in love with it because it was just so pretty, the flower and that. Yeah, so
and the colours were divine. So that is also in our email and in the basket highlight on Instagram. And I was going to ask, do you have a creative space? But we can actually see that right now.
Yes, and it's all pink and green.
Perfect. And do you spend a lot of time in your creative space, Josie?
I do, yeah, because I'm surrounded by everything I love. I collect teacups and saucers, vintage ones, and teapots and cozies and things like that, and I just love all that stuff. And it's all surrounded. I've actually got this crystal cabinet that was Mum's. She got it when from her mother when she got married 68 years ago. So, and I inherited it. And I've got all my beautiful teacups in there, and it just makes me happy. It reminds me of Mum, and just all the beautiful things around me. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Now I need to see your teacups, but anyway, that's not one of my questions. And do you have a favourite make? And I'm wondering if that's your speckled blanket, but
No,
that's
actually,
question.
I do. I thought long and hard about this because years ago I actually met this lady. I don't know if anyone's heard of her. Her name's Loami Pryor. She's
Oh,
from
yes.
Queensland.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I went to one of her book signings when she was here
Oh, wow.
at Dimmicks in town. And this was in 2014 because she signed it for me. And when I saw this teapot on the front cover, teapot cover,
Oh, I love that.
I fell in love with it, and I thought I'm going to learn how to make that. And it's really what taught me how to make magic loop and all that sort of stuff. So it's sort of like really taught me to follow patterns and stuff like that. And through YouTube, of course, too, it helped me a lot. And it was really challenging, but I persisted, and I actually made it, and I've got it here to show you.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
The little flowers. They took forever to make, but it was a lot of fun. So that's really my very favourite make, and I'm very proud of it. So
it should be gorgeous.
Took me forever, but I got there in the end.
I also fell in love with her book and might have a few tea cozies, and hence there's a couple in the shop as well.
Oh, lovely.
They're just gorgeous. Her patterns are beautiful. And don't you feel special if you have a cup of tea with that tea cozy on?
Absolutely. And I've got the perfect tea cup and saucer for it, like perfect colours, matches so well.
Oh,
cute. Josie, do you actually use the teacups and teapots and that you collect?
I do. I've got a beautiful one of Mum's that I use quite often, and the teacups. Sometimes for special occasions, but sometimes I'll just say, oh no, I just want a really proper tea, like in the teapot with a teacup today, and I do. I do use it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a special occasion.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
Nearby, Josie?
Sorry?
Is your teacup nearby, that special one?
Oh, yeah, it's just here. I can show you. I'll just be one sec.
While Josie's getting that, we've had a comment from Amelia saying another option for parcel delivery is now called Pass the Parcel, as Australia Post is struggling. And then Camo saying very jealous she's so far away. Marie Mitchell, it's a gorgeous pink basket. And we've got Lisa again from the UK.
Oh, hi Lisa.
Last time. So and Amelia commented earlier as well that she was missing her tape measure, but she found an Unwind one. So yeah.
Unwind rescue.
Unwind rescue.
Yep.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh,
that's so. I've got one.
It matches so well. It's so cute.
So cute.
Well done. Need to up out of that tomorrow morning. That's gorgeous. So we've covered, and then it's got, do you have a special making memory? Well, I feel like we may have just covered that.
Yes, it was. That was my favourite.
Yeah. And you've been coming to Unwind for quite a while, and one of the questions here is, what does unwinding bring to your life? So in other words, what does this craft, this community bring to your life?
Oh, it's so special. I mean, it's lovely meeting new people, and especially in these times, it's just really difficult with, how we're going through COVID and all that. I've been to the last two nights where we had the cake and coffee, and that was wonderful. And actually that night was lockdown when they called it lockdown.
That was wasn't it?
Yeah, I've just been loving it. I just love the community. I love, just all being together and being with people that enjoy the same thing, crafting, and just makes me happy. And because when I'm knitting and crocheting, like I switch off from everything else, it's like it's a happy place. So yeah, and that's what I find Unwind is also just a happy place to be with same-minded people, which is great.
Oh, thanks. And And I suppose, has unwinding helped you connect with other people? Like, have you found that you've, well, I suppose you've really just answered that in the same, in the question, but you've obviously made it new connections through your craft as well, haven't you?
Definitely,
Some
yeah.
people don't see the social benefits of what we do. Some people will think of them as solitary acts. So it's nice to know that something that you can do all on your own is even better when you can do it with other like-minded people. So, because you live, I suppose when I wrote these questions, it was more about some people aren't near an unwind and they don't have that same connection from their craft. So it's our customers are all pretty lucky because they get the opportunity to be involved in that social connection side of what we do. But then there's people that live further away that just may knit or crochet solo and don't actually get to use it as a social connection activity. So that question's probably not ideal for you.
True.
You say to, what would you say to someone who's thinking of starting a yarn hobby?
Oh, I would encourage them definitely, because just to not give up, like keep trying and, you know, just learning, because at the end you'll get the reward, because as soon as you finish what you're making, it brings you so much joy, like especially if it's something new and you're just learning, you know. I would just encourage them not to give up and just keep going, because it'll bring you happiness.
Yeah, that first bit when people come in and they're complete beginners, it's really like, we're like, yeah, you will enjoy this one day if you just, you know, stick out a little bit, like you sure. but yeah, it definitely does become a lot easier and does bring more to your life than you may ever imagine. And what did you enjoy most about the Unwind basket project?
I think it was just the excitement of receiving it too. You know, how we receive it so sneakily, you know, that was so cool. And also, like I said before, it's reminding me of the journey ahead. So it just brought me a lot of joy thinking about that and just waiting for the finished product. Like, I just can't wait to see everyone's squares and all the blanket together. And like I said, it was just so exciting dropping it off to, like, yesterday. You know, it was just fun, you know, just sneakily, you know, but just brings a lot of happiness and joy, and it just made me happy.
I got to feed off your happiness all week because we were messaging back and forward about, you know, the process, because being the first basket receiver, we're obviously, you know, working out all our bits and pieces as we go along, and we're getting, and we're you know, trying to make it as streamlined as possible from here on. So so I just want to thank you so much for being the great first recipient and passing that basket on to our next receiver, who is, I think, even joining us here tonight.
Yeah, I've seen her in the comments there.
Yeah, if you're there. Yeah, thanks for being the next receiver. I'll be chatting to you this week, so I hope you enjoy the process as much as Josie has, and we hope that everyone who's following along gets a bit of fun out of it as well, to see how it all plays out and get to meet some lovely creatives along the way. So thanks so much for joining us tonight as well, Josie. It's been lots of fun this week.
Oh, you're very welcome, Robin. I just want to say thank you to you too for thinking this up, for dreaming this up. I think it's just a great project, and I'm just so proud to be part of it. And I hope everyone gets happiness, as much happiness as I did this past week. So,
oh, perfect. Well, as I was writing some of those notes, I would be like, oh, is it okay to call these people a basket lady?
Yeah.
Or the best basket lady we could have hoped for to start with.
Thank you.